Hello guys, today, for the first tutorial Thursday, as requested by Malik, I will be giving you a full settings guide in Polywar. If you have any suggestions for tutorials or challenge videos, comment them down below. Now let's get into it. Timestamps are on screen now. Starting with graphics, here you can see the difference of all four base settings, from low to ultra. Next is screen resolution. This affects the amount of pixels on your screen as shown, and is the most important performance setting along with general graphics settings. Frames per second affects how many frames your screen displays every second, going from 30 to 60, and even 120 on some devices. Next is FOV, or field of view. This will change how much you are able to see. On iPad, I would not recommend going any lower than 75, and on a phone, anything from 60 to 80 is viable. Just know that with lower FOV, things appear larger, which can help with aim. Last, there is ping and FPS indicators. These will show you how much ping and FPS you have during a battle. I keep all these maxed out, as my iPad can handle it. But don't be afraid to lower settings until it runs well. For sound, there is only music and sound audio. I keep music at 0 and sound at 100. Now moving on to the controls. Starting simply, there is left-handed. This basically just flips your controls and may be useful for left-handed players. Next is alternative weapon change. This changes the original weapon pie chart to a regular button that switches weapon each time it is pressed. Personally, I don't use it. Next is static joystick. Pretty self-explanatory. If on, the joystick stays where it is placed in buttons customization menu. And when off, it moves wherever you put your finger. I keep it on. If you are finding this video useful, please like and subscribe so that we can reach 100 this month. Type of fire button. This setting changes what counts as the fire button, the button only, the firing zone only, or both. I use both, but it doesn't really matter. Aim by holding button. This setting changes the scope button from press to scope in, then press to scope out, to press and hold to scope in, and release to scope out. Shoot when fire button is released, sniper/shotgun, similar to the last setting. This makes the fire button fire when released instead of pressed. I don't see much use for it, but if it feels better for you, then use it. Auto weapon pickup. This setting makes you automatically pick up a primary weapon if you don't currently have one. It's turned off for me because it often disrupts me when using a Deagle or HKP-30. So I must press this button to pick up a weapon instead. Next, we have button layout. This is the layout I use for 4-finger claw. But if you are using thumbs, your HUD should look more like the default one. Next is the crosshair. This is my current crosshair setup. You can copy it as is, or use your own. Lastly, there is the sensitivity. This is my current sensitivity, but I do not recommend you copy, as next week, I will release a full sensitivity guide, for each person to find their ideal sensitivity. So if you are watching this more than 7 days after release, check the description for that video. Lastly, there are the account settings, where you can sign out, delete accounts, restore purchases, and only allow friends to send squad requests. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe so that we can reach 100 this month. Also comment suggestions for later videos. Salam.